MahaPrabhu at the house of Nandanacharya in Navadvip. Nityananda and Lord Gauranga enjoyed many preaching pastimes together. In one famous pastime, they delivered the two rascals, Jagai and Madai. Jagai and Madai were two brothers born in Navadvip in a respectable Brahmin family who later became addicted to all kinds of sinful activities. By the order of Lord Chaitanya, both Nityananda Prabhu and Haridasa Thakura used to preach Krishna consciousness door to door. In the course of such preaching, they found Jagai and Madai, two maddened, drunken brothers, who upon seeing them began chasing them. On the next day, Madai struck Nityananda Prabhu on the head with a piece of earthen pot, drawing blood. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard of this, he immediately came to the spot, ready to punish both brothers. But Lord Nityananda begged for mercy and told them it was because of such fallen souls that they had come, to get them liberated from the cycle of birth and death. When the all-merciful Lord Gauranga saw Jagai's repentant behavior, he immediately embraced him. By seeing the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face and embracing him, both the sinful brothers were at once cleansed. Thus they received the invitation into the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the Lord and were delivered. After Sri Mahaprabhu accepted the announced order of life, Lord Nityananda accompanied him on a trip to Jagannath Puri. On the way, Nityananda detoured the Lord first through Shantipur to see Sri Advaita Acharya. After taking sannyasa, the Lord wanted to start for Vrindavana, and for 3 continuous days he traveled in the Radha Desa. He was full of ecstasy over the idea of going to Vrindavan. However, Srila Nityananda diverted his path and brought him instead to the house of Advaita Prabhu in Shantipura. The Lord stayed at Sri Advaita Prabhu's house for 2 days, and knowing well that the Lord was leaving his home for good, Sri Advaita Prabhu sent his men to Navadvip to bring Mother Sakshi to have a last meeting with her son. His mother met him at the house of Advaita Prabhu, and when she saw her son in sannyasa, she lamented. By way of compromise, she requested her son to make his headquarters in Puri, so that she would easily be able to get information about him. The Lord granted this last desire of his beloved mother. After this incident, the Lord started for Puri, leaving all the residents of Navadvip in an ocean of lamentation over his separation. After some time in Jagannath Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sent Nityananda Prabhu back to Bengal to get married. Bengal was known as Gauda Desa, and Lord Nityananda Prabhu overflooded the state with the transcendental loving service of the Lord.
Hare Krishna, I'm Rohan. I'll be presenting on Advaita Acharya. Sri Advaita Acharya appeared in 1433 in the village of Naga Grama Laur in Sri Hata. He was born in a Karendra family on the 7th day on the bright fortnight of the month of Magha. His father's name was Kuvera Pandita and his mother's name was Sri Naga Devi. His former name was Kamalaksha Veda Panchana, one who has beautiful lotus eyes. Advaita Acharya is the combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiva. He was very intelligent, and in a few years he completed the study of all the Vedic scriptures and also Sanskrit grammar. He had 2 wives named Sri Devi and Sri Sita Devi, who are manifestations of Yogamaya. Sri Krishna Acharya, Advaita Acharya, appeared some 60 years before Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He was the first among the associates of Sri Lord Chaitanya to appear within the material world to deliver the conditioned souls. It was Advaita Acharya who asked Lord Chaitanya to descend. Before Lord Chaitanya's advent, Advaita Acharya had already begun chanting Krishna's name in the streets with devotees and discussing scriptures on devotional service to Krishna. Advaita Acharya's name indicates that he is Advaita, not different from Lord Hare Krishna, and he is called Acharya because he teaches, one who teaches by example, because he taught bhakti in all directions. Advaita Acharya lived in Santipura and Mayapura in what is now West Bengal, and was the head of the Vaishnava community of Nagar. Lord Chaitanya would not spread the Sankirtana movement and deliver the world without Advaita Acharya. He died in 1588 when he was 125 years old. His legacy still lives on.
I'm Sai, and I'll be talking about Sri Gadadhara. Sri Gadadhara was a friend of MahaPrabhu from the time of his childhood. His father's name was Sri Madhav, and his mother's name was Sri Ratnavati Devi. They lived near the house of Sri Jagannatha in Mayapura. During his childhood, Nimai and Gadadhara would play together at MahaPrabhu's house and sometimes at his own house. They both went to the same school, but Gadadhara was a few years younger than Nimai. She couldn't remain without him, and even for a moment, Gadadhara likewise couldn't stand to be separated from Nimai. Srimati Radhika came in the form of Sri Gadadhara. There is no difference between Sri Gadadhara and Srimati Radhika, but the activities are different in Krishna's pastimes and Gaura's pastimes. In Gaura Lila, Sri Gadadhara is in the mood of a servant. He is Srimati Radhika and he wants to serve Mahaprabhu. One day, Sri Gadadhara, having heard that Mahaprabhu will speak about Krishna at Suklabra Brahmachari's house, and he went there and sat down inside. Meanwhile, Mahaprabhu arrived outside and began to speak to an audience of devotees there. Sri Gadadhara listened. Soon, Mahaprabhu became totally absorbed in the ecstasy. Krishna Prema, became absorbed in the ecstasy, Krishna Prema, which quickly spread to the assembly of devotees. For some time, they continued to taste the love of Krishna together, and they then became themselves. Gadadhara, however, could not restrain his ecstasy. With his head bowed down, he cried very loudly, and hearing this pitiful sobbing, Mahaprabhu wondered who was crying within the room, and he asked Brahmachari. And Brahmachari replied, Sri Gadadhara. Purified by the grace of Gadadhara and the holy name of Krishna, Mahaprabhu took shelter of the holy feet of Gadadhara. In this way, Gadadhara delivered countless sinners, non-believers, and yavanas within the holy name of Krishna. He disappeared on the 8th day of the full moon in the month of Kartika.
Hare Krishna, my name is Neeta, and I will be talking about Srivasa Thakura. Srivasa Thakura is a fifth member of the Panchavattva. From Sanskrit, Pancha means five, and Tattva, truth or reality, which is the five aspects of God or absolute truth. Srivasa Thakura is understood as the Tadastha Shakti, a marginal energy of Sri Krishna. He is a pure devotee who has no taste in material affection. He appeared at Srihata, West Bengal, about 30 years before the appearance of Lord Gauranga. Srivasa Pandit lived in Navadvip before the arrival of Lord Chaitanya. He led his younger brothers, Srimati, Shripati, and Sri Rama, in worshiping Lord Krishna, performing devotional service and bathing thrice daily in the Ganges. They regularly used to attend the assembly of devotees who gathered at Sri Advaita Acharya's house to hear the Srimad Bhagavatam and engage in the chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is how they developed the knowledge about the Supreme Personality of Godhead and developed devotion for Him. Srivasa Thakura has previously lived in Srihata, but because he wanted an association of devotees, he wanted to live on the banks of the Ganges in Navadvip. In the house of Srivasa, Chaitanya showed his transcendental form to all his eternal associates. One evening, Sri Gaurahari, accompanied by his associates, was singing and dancing at Srivasa's angan when the Pandit's young son, who had been ailing for some time, passed away. In the inner rooms of his house, the woman began to cry at the boy's untimely death. Srivasa came to find out that his son had died. As he was a true devotee, he was able to control his own sorrow and console the women in their grief. He continued to chant the holy name throughout the night. Place of pilgrimage. On account of his profound devotion, Sri Chaitanya MahaPrabhu granted him benediction that there will never be poverty or want in your house. Even if you simply remain indoors, never even venturing out of your house, whatever you require for your worship will automatically come to your door. Srivasa Acharya's house in Navadvip, famously known as Srivasa's Angan, is a hallowed place of pilgrimage in Mayapur and one of the most important places in Navadvip Parikrama. Thank you.
I'm Vidya, and I'm going to be presenting the 6 Goswamis. It's very well known who the individual members of Panchatattva are, but no one really knows who the 6 Goswamis are. So to start off, the 6 Goswamis include Sri Rupa, Sri Sanatana, Vasa Raghunatha, Sri Jaiva, Gopala Bhatta, and Dasa Raghunatha. They're given that title since they're bona fide spiritual masters that are situated on the highest platform of devotional service. They lived during the 15th and 16th centuries in India. They're a group of devotional teachers from the Gaudiya Vaishnava tradition of the Vedic religion. They're experts in studying the scriptures, with the goal of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all humans. Being great scholars, they studied various Vedic scriptures and collected the essence of them, which is to understand Krishna and how to understand him through devotional service. Not only did they study the scriptures, they wrote many books of their own. And within those books, they established teachings of their spiritual master, Lord Chaitanya. In fact, Sri Sanatana Goswami is Lord Chaitanya's first disciple. The 6 Goswamis may have done a good amount of scholarly work, but they did manage to inspire the building of many temples on the sacred sites associated with Radha and Krishna, which they uncovered under the order of Lord Chaitanya. They're even accredited the title of founding the holy city of Vrindavan, considering that all the temples of Vrindavan were instituted by them. Whether they were studying scriptures, following orders of their guru, Sri Chaitanya MahaPrabhu, initiating and building temples, or writing their own books, the 6 Goswamis were always engaged in the transcendental loving service of Sri Radha and Krishna.
My name is Akit, and I'm going to be talking about Narottam Das Thakur. Narottam Das Thakur, also known as Thakur Mahasaya, is a Gaudiya Vaishnava saint who is responsible for spreading Vaishnava bhakti throughout Orissa and outside of Bengal and India. Narottam Das was the son of King Krishna Nanda Datta and Narayani Devi, who resided in Gopalpur, Pargana, of the Rajshahi district of Bangladesh. According to some, after the death of his father, he entrusted his royal duties to the eldest paternal uncle's son and left for Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, Narottam Das was received by Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami. After Narottam Das was initiated by Lokanath Goswami, who in turn instructed him to go and study from Jiva Goswami, he traveled to Bengal with other sadhus to distribute the devotional writings to the general public. Narottam Das is best known for his devotional poetry, wherein he describes emotionally intense feelings towards Radha and Krishna. His prayers, Sri Rupa Manja Aripada and Sri Guru Charana Padma, are still sung in both Gaudiya and ISKCON temples on a regular basis. Among the writings of Narottam, Prarthana and Prema Bhakti Chandika are the most well known. Narottam Das did track Smarana Mangala into Bengali verse. In 11 slokas, this book describes the pastimes of Radha and Krishna at 8 parts of the day.
My name is Arti, and I will be presenting Sri Rupa Goswami. Sri Rupa Goswami appeared in 1411 and disappeared in 1486. After meeting Lord Chaitanya MahaPrabhu in the Ramakali village in Goa, Rupa and his older brother Sanatana decided to give up all their material wealth and power and surrender unto the Lord's feet. During Rupa's departure from Goa, Sanatana was imprisoned by King Hussain Shah. As an effort to release his brother Sanatana, Sri Rupa saved 10,000 coins and gave it to a grocer to help save his brother. Sri Rupa, after arriving at his homeland, had massive amounts of wealth, besides 10,000 coins he gave to the grocer, which he then distributed to the Brahmins and Vaishnavas to display his lack of material attachment. Soon after Sri Rupa heard that Lord Chaitanya was going to Vrindavan, Sri Rupa, delighted to hear this news, asked his friend Anupama to join him to venturing out to Vrindavan too. During his trip, he wrote a letter to his imprisoned brother about Lord Chaitanya's whereabouts to Vrindavan, and how they're setting a course to follow and pursue their material attachment goals in Vrindavan too. Once arriving, Sri Rupa and his friend Anupama met Lord Chaitanya and asked him to bless them, and release Sri Rupa's brother Sanatana from confinement. Lord Chaitanya told them that their brother has already been released, and then he blessed them. During Sri Rupa and Anupama's stay at Vrindavan, Lord Chaitanya once invited them to see Vallabhacharya. Offering their obeisances from a distance, Vallabhacharya asked them why so. The men replied that they were untouchables and from a lower caste. However, after observing their humility and their incessant chanting of the Lord's name, Vallabhacharya looked past their status and embraced them. Later on, Lord Chaitanya started to teach Sri Rupa Goswami about the Lord's kindness and scriptures. Then on, Sri Rupa and his brother kept giving back to charities in Bengal and followed the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. During Sri Rupa's lifetime, he compiled 100,000 verses and wrote many Krishna consciousness books.
Hare Krishna. Thank you all. For further reference, please, we like to read channels, you can read that. Or we have wonderful devotees in the devoted like Ganapati Maharaj, and who is, of course, wonderful talking about the really Lord Chaitanya. So if any of you have any questions, please approach Maharaj to have a really blissful explanation about the Lord Chaitanya and his teachings. Thank you so much.